I'm Kat Miller, and this is Dice TV. Whether to appear qualified for a large number of jobs, or in an effort to get through any and all keyword searches, listing every single tech-related experience you've ever had on your resume can be quite tempting. It is okay to list some extra skills or experience that set you apart, but paring that all down to a carefully curated set of experiences can make your resume much more effective for landing a job. At a certain point, your college coursework or that big award you won in high school isn't going to help you anymore. So the question is, when do you take that stuff off your resume? Depending on what else you've done, what you're applying for, and how impressive your degree is, that time will vary. But a good rule of thumb is when it stops adding value to your application. And that specific timing is something you'll need to determine for yourself. Now, I know you were hoping for a more specific answer, but it's not too hard to figure that out on your own. To help make that decision a little easier, let's take a look at some of the things you've had on your resume since college and the value that they add or don't. First, club memberships. Career counselors often advise students to include club memberships on their resume to show some personality when they're applying for jobs. This can give companies a sense of who you are when you don't have much work history. But they don't show much about your skills or experience, so they're usually the first thing you can get rid of. A better choice here would be to show tech community involvement through tech meetups, open source contributions, or a GitHub account. Leadership positions, on the other hand, can be slightly more impressive, though it's not really a secret that they're easy to get. So unless you can point to a specific, impressive accomplishment that you achieved in that role, that's really not adding anything to your resume either. And then there's coursework. Including relevant coursework on your resume is a good way to back up your skills while you're looking for your first job. But once you have some real-world experience, listing college coursework looks silly. If you want to list a skill that you learned in college but haven't had real-world experience with yet, just list it under your skills, and if they want to know more about it, they'll ask. How about awards? Here you need to decide how impressive the award is at this current point in your career. For example, if you were valedictorian, you can probably keep that on your resume for 10 years or more, but only as a bullet point in your college section. Your resume is supposed to highlight your accomplishments, so the more impressive your post-grad work is, the faster you'll drop the stuff from college. Other than a few exceptions, like the valedictorian thing I mentioned, all that college stuff starts to look pretty silly around 5 years after graduation. And by then, you should have some real-world experience to flesh out your resume and demonstrate your skills. I'm Kat Miller, and this is Dice TV.